Oh my gosh, it was way cooler than I thought.
It's interesting.
Very intriguing.
I'm very excited.
I was mind blown. I was totally speechless.
It's pretty cool, to be honest. Love it.
I love it so much.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Hey guys, we're here at Apple Park where today at WWDC 2023, Apple announced a slew of new products, including a new device that we have never seen before. Hi, I'm MICHAELJOSH, your gadget matchmaker, and over the last decade, I've made it my job to show people around the world that tech can be easy, fun, and exciting. On this channel, I give you special access to the products I review, the events I attend, and all the exciting people I get to meet along the way. So if that's your jam, give the channel a like and subscribe, and I'll help you find the right gadget to match your needs. Here's a quick look at the Apple Vision Pro and everything else that Apple announced at WWDC 2023. At this year's WWDC, there were a few hardware announcements, including a new 15-inch MacBook Air and new M2-powered Mac Studios and Mac Pros. But of course, the most exciting of these announcements was Vision Pro. And before we dive in, here are some B-roll that I shot at Apple Park. Apple is calling Vision Pro their first spatial computer, not just a headset, but a new way of computing. It comes with a completely new input system, just like the Mac had a mouse, the iPod had a click wheel, and the iPhone had multi-touch. Vision introduces a new way to control the device using your eyes, your hands, and your voice. You can just look at something to select, and then tap your fingers in the air to enter. Or you can look at a search field and just use your voice to fill in a query. There are bits and pieces of other Apple tech, the digital crown on the Apple Watch. Some parts remind me of the AirPods Max, and it's got spatial audio built in. Even the stitching on the headband is tech I've seen applied to Apple Watch bands, but it's a device that's unique and in a class of its own. It's part mixed reality, part virtual reality glasses. You start with home view and your apps are like floating icons in front of you. You can run apps in multiple windows and have them hover over the real world wherever you like. Your screen can be as large as you want it to be. You can also choose how much transparency those windows have. It can be immersive or more dialed into your surroundings. I love that when someone approaches you, they'll show up on your display. On the flip side of things, if a friend is nearby, Vision Pro will display your eyes. This is something that hasn't done before, and I love that what others see depends on what you're doing. Whether you're looking at apps or doing something where you can't see them. It's not just static VR goggles. You can do many things. Watch movies, shows, play games, use it as a virtual monitor while working on your computer, disappear into a 360-degree experience to meditate, or just be alone in a crowded space, all with a few turns on the digital crown. You can also have FaceTime calls too, and even a second window for your presentation. The options are endless. Finally, there's a 3D camera on Vision Pro so that you can record and relive 3D memories. There's a lot more to dive in, but I'll leave that for the next chapter. Apple says Vision Pro is coming next year. Speaking of cameras, why not level up your videos with this video's sponsor, the Insta360 Flow? I've been using it for a while now, and I love it. It's a compact AI-powered smartphone gimbal that extends so that you can use it as a selfie stick. And it's got its own built-in tripod. So on days when I need to film on my own, I can prop it down on any surface and just start rolling. It's so easy to use. With its one-step rapid deploy system, you can unfold this part and bam, video ready. The Insta360 Flow has 3-axis gimbal stabilization, so even when you're walking fast or even running, your smartphone footage isn't going to be shaky or jittery. Here's an example of what it looks like with and without the Insta360 Flow. But what I really love about the Insta360 Flow is its AI tracking feature called Deep Track 3.0. It's a big help when filming alone. Using AI, it can keep a subject in frame throughout a video recording. So, for example, I can walk around the frame, I can even try to get in and out of the frame, but Flow intelligently knows to follow me and keep me in frame at all times, even when I get behind another object. Sometimes when I'm filming, people walk in and out of my video. Some of them even curiously look at the camera. But the Insta360 Flow is smart enough to know that I'm the subject and keep me in frame even when someone else tries to steal the show. If you want to try it out for yourself, the Insta360 Flow starts at $159 and comes in stone gray and white. If you want to check it out, I'll put a link in the description box below. Here at the show, I also caught up with some of my YouTuber friends, and here's what they think about the device.
Okay, so first impressions going into the room is actually just how lovely the design of the headset is. It's a super premium design. The curved glass aluminium body, it's lovely to sort of pick up and touch. And putting the headset on, it's super comfortable, really lightweight. I found it not a problem to wear for kind of the extended demo, which was kind of about half an hour maybe.
There were all the leaks and the renders, and none of them was as good as how the real life was. It was really mind-blowing.
It looks stunning, especially the curved glass screen in front. I love how they actually have the camera that records our eye and show it on the front so our friends can see our eyes as well. That is actually kind of creepy, but also very modern at the same time.
The pass-through vision, where you can see the person's eyes if they're actually not in VR, that's both cool and creepy. It's actually kind of creepy. They look like they're wearing ski goggles, but then they're just staring through your soul.
Why is Chubby here staring at me?
It's a computing platform that's more capable than anything that's on the market today.
Honestly, I am completely blown away. I had no idea really what to expect going into this. Honestly, all my expectations were exceeded and more.
I've never seen a device do both AR and VR with the twist of a crown before. I like that.
It's the whole AR, VR aspect where you're like connected to your world, but also you can like shut it off too. So I think that's like a very unique concept, and I thought that was really cool.
Many years ago, people would like to invent 3D TV, but it's gone because the glasses doesn't work, the content doesn't support. But this time it's like all in one, all the experience in one thing.
It's exciting. I love seeing a new category, so I'm looking forward to getting some hands-on time with it, hopefully.
Yeah, it seems like the combination of all their products and the innovations they've done over the last 10 years into one device. And I think if anyone's going to bring AR back, then it's Apple. Can't wait to see it.
Hardware-wise, it is very exciting. I love everything that Apple has packed into it. And like Tom says, it's like the combination of all their technology in there. So it's great.
The thing that I loved the most was how intuitive the interface was. I was looking around, selecting things, pinching, and it's so hard to really verbalize and explain what it's like.
From a technological standpoint, I feel like they thought of things that other manufacturers either don't think about or don't care about. For example, like not sharing where your eyes are looking is important because otherwise advertisers can really optimize things for that.
They showed in the demo a dinosaur application where basically you would reach out your hand and a butterfly would fly off the side of the screen and land right on your finger. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And then I like the sort of waveform. When people see you, they see that you're looking at blue blobs floating around. An implementation that I haven't seen the headset makers think of before.
I'm a bit scared about those gesture controls. Will they actually work as well? But I love to see it. I love the fact that Apple has thought about creating an ecosystem for this, software packages, all that stuff that you usually expect from Apple into one package.
I'm actually more excited with the type of games. I'm not a huge gamer, so I'm very excited to try the games, that is one. But of course, having a whole theater-like experience, that is something which I always wanted. I just want to really experience like the gesture controls, just having all the big Apple apps, a huge screen, and I just want to put it on in my head and just like walk around the whole day.
So the control system is really immersive, really intuitive, very straightforward. Essentially it boils down to eye tracking and tapping your fingers to select something. If you've used the touchscreen, it's basically the same, but you do it in 3D.
I found the user interface on the iPhone when it was first launched extraordinary, and the user interface here is extremely well designed. It just tracks where you're looking, and then you use a simple gesture with your hands. It's easy. People will pick it up.
I like the experiences that it's going to bring, and to me, it offers something that's currently not on the market, which is the option to actually take it with you on the go and use it. So I'm excited to test out movies up there, gaming, all of that. It's gonna be a good time.
I think if you're using it by yourself, it will be awesome for sure. But one thing that really caught me off guard is the choice by Apple to really also promote the social aspect of it. They showcased someone wearing the Vision Pro in a family scenario, interacting with their kids, like recording family memories with the headset on and be able to rewatch and relive those memories afterwards. I'm gonna become a dad in a few months, and I can't imagine filming my kid with a headset on. It sounds so weird.
Daddy, chill.
But on the other hand, like if it works really good, maybe it is the future. We'll see, we'll see.
Honestly, I want to see how comfortable it is to just walk around and use it. You know, they showed it in videos, people walking around using it. I want to try that out and see if I can do that like the whole day at home.
A lot of other headsets I would typically find after about that much time, I'd want to take it off, but with the Apple headset, it honestly was really comfortable and I enjoyed wearing it. I've never really had a problem with nausea, but Apple is definitely making some big claims in that direction. A design that it's opted for in terms of the R1 chip alongside the M2 processor, it's claiming that there's going to be very low latency inside the headset, which should help to reduce nausea for people, even for people who are less familiar with virtual reality.
The one thing that I'm questioning is it safe to have that much light that close to your eye for a long period of time? I need the answer from Consumer Reports on that.
Curious about the fit. It seems like with the modular design, you can actually be able to fit Vision Pro to a number of different head shapes and different hairstyles, which would be very interesting. I've also heard that if you need to wear glasses, that there's a way to make it work for you so you don't have to wear your glasses, but the vision will still be clear. They use these custom Carl Zeiss lenses. Apple tends to be accessibility first, or at least from the ground up, and this seems to prove that point.
With this announcement, it's a new product and we are able to bring UI to the real world and mixing it with physical surrounding. The whole idea made me cry a little bit, for real.
We wish that we're going to try it, so yeah, very exciting.
Wish I got to wear it. I almost touched it. I got yelled at a couple times.
Apple will have this at Apple Retail. I think they're going to probably end up having appointments where people can sign up to test it out. You can get custom lenses so that you don't wear your glasses inside the headset. And Apple Retail is probably going to play a pretty big part. And then over time, people will have them and they'll want to show them off.
This felt like almost the introduction of the first iPhone.
And we are calling it iPhone.
Because it was so revolutionary. It's something that's completely new. It's a whole new category, a whole new OS. So it's pretty freaking awesome.
Once Apple starts doing something, then the world takes it seriously. Remember wireless charging, where Samsung was doing it for so many years, and then once Apple started doing it, now wireless charging is in cars, is in hotels, is in furniture. This is them basically saying that we believe in this technology, this is something we're going to start doing, so now I think other people will start taking it more seriously. It's not just for games anymore, or not just for demo purposes. Now they're really trying to make it functional and something that people are going to have in their households.
I think it's kind of a disruptive technology that Apple invented after the iPhone changed the industry forever. It's not just AR or VR glasses anymore.
I really feel that this is a new era for Apple because I'm sure everything from now on will be AR based because apps needs to be available on the AR App Store as well.
I do think the future is extremely bright with this, and maybe this will be the beginning of a new segment of tech. Because right now things are very stagnant where everything gets smaller and faster, but there hasn't been anything new in a while. This is that new thing that I've been hoping for a very, very long time.
$3,500, but it is a first-gen product. It is a Pro. Maybe we'll get just an Apple Vision coming later on, which is going to be more accessible.
But the price point is definitely high. It's a Pro version, so there might be a non-Pro version in the future, but it's the very first step for them. So we just have to wait and see, and I got to play with it.
It's going to be very expensive. It's obviously a Pro model first. I suspect we'll have a non-Pro at some point later.
The price of it is a little expensive, but the fact that Apple is doing this, it's going to kind of bring it to the masses and make people start creating more content for then the price to drop. And let's not forget, this is Vision Pro. So there may be a Vision not Pro.
Because $3,500 is a lot of money. So I hope this is just the very first step. And then from there, we start seeing it come down in price as parts become more accessible and more apps are available and things like that.
I think if Apple succeed to make the price a little bit lower, it's going to disrupt mostly not just the phone, but actually for the TV.
I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm looking forward to own it as well. I would definitely buy whatever it is, whatever price it is in Malaysia.
I've never been like a big headset guy, but I am like Team Apple, so I could get persuaded to do it. That price point, my God. But yeah, I want to check it. I want to see what this is all about.
Figured I'd end the video with my own thoughts. I think it's an ambitious project that Apple is trying to do. I felt in awe of being in my seat today because I wasn't at the iPhone launch event, but maybe this is what it might have felt, the dawning, and hopefully in a few years' time I can look back and say I was there when this next generation, this revolutionary device was introduced. Obviously it's a first-gen product, but you can see Apple's stamp all over it. The design is impeccable, and I love, those subtle things that they've thought about. We've seen AR and VR headsets before, but this is the first time that, there are things like that eyesight feature, which mirrors your eyes so other people know what you're actually doing while you're wearing them. And I just love the ability to be able to also block the world out if I want to, but also just be able to have that transparency when I need it so I'm not sucked in completely and I can still be aware of it. I always say the future of technology is being able to have a way to display the knowledge, AI, access to information as a layer over our real world. Last point, perfect timing that it's announced at WWDC, because like any great technology, you really do need the apps to kind of make the experience what it is. Apple is creating a great product, and now it's up to the developers to actually come up with apps and services to actually make that happen. And I couldn't be more excited to be a journalist in this day and age and to see it happen. And that was a quick look at the Apple Vision Pro, as well as all the other products Apple announced at WWDC 2023. It's hard to imagine that this isn't a hardware show because this is supposed to be a software and a developer show, but definitely the hardware was the highlight of today's event. Which one was your favorite? Let me know down below. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so that you get notified as soon as we publish. Follow me on social media for all the behind-the-scenes fun stuff, and for news and updates, make GadgetMatch.com your daily habit. Until the next video, I'm MICHAELJOSH. Thanks for dropping by.